Who was the most out of touch with reality person you've ever met? 1. Hands down, my old roommate Greg. The guy was convinced that eating nothing but protein bars for a week was just like a cleanse. He'd lecture us about how the body doesn't need water when you're fasting. He also thought he could grow a beard by just willing it into existence. When I told him that's not how biology works, he actually said, well, that's what they want you to think. 2. I had a boss who thought that if you read enough books on philosophy, you could just automatically become a master of life. One day, he literally said to me, I've read so much Nietzsche, I think I can time travel now. He wasn't joking. He proceeded to bring in a pocket watch and try to focus really hard to see if he could connect with the past. It's been 2 years, and I'm still waiting for the time travel. 3. My aunt, no question. She once spent an hour explaining to me that the government controls the weather with HAARP and that it was all a conspiracy to make us all dependent on their weather-based technology. She was also certain that the moon landing was staged on a set somewhere in Nevada. This woman lives on a steady diet of conspiracy videos, and let's just say, when she talks about reality, it feels like a whole different universe. 4. I once met a man who believed he was the reincarnation of Napoleon. He wasn't delusional in a harmful way, but he'd constantly reference 19th century battle strategies in everyday conversations. He tried to convince me that grocery shopping was a tactical maneuver against the bourgeoisie. It was equal parts fascinating and baffling. 5th, politicians. All of them. But if I had to pick one, it'd be this local council member who thought building a monorail in our town of 5,000 people was a visionary investment. Meanwhile, half the roads look like they've been bombed. Out of touch doesn't even begin to cover it. 6. This guy at a startup pitch event claimed he was going to disrupt the concept of time with an app that redefines temporal reality. He couldn't explain how it worked, but he kept saying it was blockchain adjacent. I'm pretty sure he was just high on his own buzzwords. 7. I met a flat earther at a conference once. He had this whole presentation about how NASA was a hoax and that gravity was just density and buoyancy. I tried to ask questions, but he just kept saying, do your own research. It was wild, but honestly, kind of impressive how committed he was to the bit.